Welcome back in, guys. JT White sitting here with Doug from a little-known band called Sirens and Sailors. You guys are up and coming, right? You haven't been around too long.
No, not too long.
No, seriously, I was sitting around. This is gonna be one I was looking forward to. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out and doing this. So obviously we're talking tattoos. You got the sleeve, working on this side. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get right into it, what do you got? I mean, you know.
So I mean, as of lately, I've started kind of capping off some pieces because I've been getting tattooed for around 8 years now, and more recently, within the last 3 years, I've kind of been putting a lot of my efforts into finishing big pieces and filling in some empty spaces. So some of my first tattoos that I've gotten were my mother's name, which is Jean Marie. God bless her, she's the best. And my father's name, Douglas, which I have since covered up, not for any like bad feelings. Jean will actually be covered up too, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Mom. I'll get something else for you, I promise. When I first started getting tattooed, I kind of just wanted to be tattooed, and I thought you needed to really have a big reason or a big thing in your life that you needed to represent on your body. So I was like, well, what better than my mother and my father who have created me. So right out the gate, I get both their names, and maybe a year or two later, I was like, all right, well, that was kind of a mistake because now I've blocked off an entire section of my arm for if I wanted to get, you know, which I have since gotten, you know, I've started really sleeving out this arm, but it kind of just created this big dent, this big nothingness where I have to work around it now. So a thing that I want to tell people who are getting tattooed, and like, you know, from me, I'm not the most tattooed person. I definitely have been getting tattooed a lot recently, but really think about your future endeavors in getting tattooed, because like I said, this just stole an entire section of my arm pretty much. This tattoo is done by Adam Francie at Love Hate. It has no meaning behind it. It is a devil head and then a bird lady that I have to get finished within the next couple of weeks. But those are the first tattoos. This, I'm probably going to get a giant shark, I think.
There you go. Nice.
Giant shark to cover that up.
Now you're going to go traditional style? Because I can see that's sort of, sort of the theme behind it.
I'm a big... I am a strong believer in the old American traditional tattoos, that they do make the best tattoos and they last the longest. So yeah, this arm is done by Jet at Love Hate. I have a panther guy that has a snake tongue and some eagle claws. This one also has absolutely no meaning behind it. I just really love Jet and the art that he puts out, and that is the exact reason why I get tattooed now. Is I seek out the artist, and if I like what they do, you know, that's when I want to get a piece by them. It's not something like, oh, I really want this eagle, and I'm just gonna go to the person closest to me. Like, that's not what tattooing should be about. If you want to have a sentimental value behind your tattoos, that's awesome, but if you really want to get tattooed by a specific person, that is kind of what I'm into. Yeah, so I'm not saying either way is wrong or right. Then we come in here, I have a tiger with some wings. Once again, absolutely no meaning behind it.
Just kind of for the hell of it.
Yeah, I mean, I just really, like I said, love Jet and his artwork, and these two are kind of fighting, I think. You know, they're looking at each other all evil-like. Then I have a Medusa up here.
There you go.
With 4 eyes for twice the stunning power, you know? Then just some waves and shit. Back here, have a Reaper guy. Once again, no meaning, absolutely no meaning at all. And that's kind of just my right arm.
Now, I do guys with the Medusa, any, like, now would that be for the mirrors for my Medusa, or?
Well, to be quite honest, I wasn't I mean, I've always been intrigued by Greek mythology and stuff like that. Kyle, the singer of my band, is like a super geek about that stuff. And he kind of made me appreciate it a little more. Okay. And, you know, like I said, I just love this style. I think Medusa heads are very stunning as far as like visually seeing them. So why not?
Yeah.
Getting into the left arm, this arm is actually tattooed by a bunch of different people.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite tattoos. It is actually a hidden Harry Potter tattoo that not many people know about. The skull with the snake is the Death Eater logo. And I was like, you know what, let's just do a traditional take on it. This was done by Stephen Johnson from Santa Cruz, California.
Damn, nice.
He was here at the tattoo convention last year, and this took a long time, and it really hurt. Tattoos hurt. Don't let anyone fool you. They are really bad.
They freaking hurt.
They're bad. Here I have a Friday the 13th clown that Zane at Love Hate did. I just love the traditional black and red, so why not? This is actually a throwaway tattoo that I'm going to get covered up. It was probably my third tattoo ever. Not the style I'm into anymore.
Okay.
This is going to be a lesson. I'm going to tell you guys a lesson.
Okay, here we go.
This has nothing to do.
Lesson time with Doug.
This has nothing to do with the artist, and I'm not speaking negatively about the artist. This is completely 100% my fault. And it's my fault because I just went to somebody and I had no idea what kind of style they liked to do, and I had no idea what kind of style they were good at. And I was like, hey, I want a realistic zombie. I was young, whatever.
Young, had some money, and I want to get tattooed.
And I want to get tattooed. Like I said, I had no idea what kind of style they were into. I had absolutely no idea. I was just like, hey, I just want to get it tattooed. And once I got into a certain style, I was like, well, I went about that tattoo completely wrong, and I since learned, and now I'm just, gonna get it covered up by like a dragon or something cool.
Something a little more
something,
metal,
something ridiculous. In here is an Anya mask done by Dylan Tate at Love Hate, which is also a favorite tattoo of mine. The Anya mask represents the scorned woman. Once again, doesn't really have meaning, I just think it's cool.
Okay.
That's it for this arm, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you really do go for sort of my body as my canvas, so why not cover the walls, that type thing,
The way I look at it is, I respect the artist and I respect their art, so I want to get something that they like to do.
Oh. Definitely a good philosophy to go about.
Yeah, I'm very laid back when it comes to tattoos and getting tattooed. I come at the artist with a very, very vague idea. Like a very I want an Anya mask. That's it. I'm not saying I want a blue and green mask with red teeth and I want it outlined in silver.
You just want
I'm like,
this.
The best tattoos, the best tattoos come out because the artists kind of have free reign to make it their own special thing. So that's it for that arm. We got some leg stuff happening.
Got some leg stuff, alright.
Dude, this is my very first Harry Potter tattoo. Can we see this?
We will eventually. Yeah.
My very first Harry Potter tattoo. It is a hand holding an Elder Wand with the Slytherin colors. Slytherin represent, of course. Done by Adam Francie at Love Hate Tattoo.
I'm definitely going to have to run up there. You're like the third or fourth person that's told me about Love Hate.
Yeah, locally, that shop has an amazing atmosphere, and you can tell that the artists are a true family. Okay. And, there is some family members that do work together, but it truly does feel like a family, and I've gotten tattooed by every single person there. We have a devil guy holding a heart.
Nice.
Done by Jet at Love Hate. The leg is no joke. I hate getting my legs tattooed more than a lot of places.
Yeah.
I have a Friday the 13th Suicide King. It's just, like the king head from the playing card. A Friday the 13th Ghost here because...
So obviously you hate Friday the 13th. That's absolutely terrible.
I try to get tattooed on every Friday the 13th. Just, a little pieces here
I gotcha.
Ghost, because I'm really into spirits and whatnot. Okay. We have some other leg stuff up here. I can take my pants off.
If you want, we had Joey from Outlier do it, so if you want,
So this is I think one of my newest tattoos here, done by Adam Francie. It is a Reaper with a bird and a rose. I'm going to get this finished probably next week, I believe.
I'm going to have to start putting a rating on this show.
Rated R.
People just start taking their coats off.
This is a BioShock tattoo if you're into video games. Also done by Adam Francie. I just love the BioShock series and dedicated a thigh to it.
Nice.
So that's it for the limbs. We got a giant torso piece here. This is a snake and a tiger, and he has a snake in his mouth. Now, getting this tattooed was probably the worst decision I've ever made because the stomach is like the worst place I've ever gotten done. That's done by Brian Bruno from Absolute Art in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, wow, okay.
Getting tattooed by him is definitely an amazing experience, and I feel lucky that I was able to start something so big with him. But booking appointments is very difficult because I have to book like 3 or 4 months in advance, and then I have to drive 8 hours to Virginia and then get tattooed and then drive 8 hours back.
Sitting there, so you're obviously sitting in a car for 8 hours.
Dude,
your chest just got done. Oh god, I can only imagine.
That's a thing. Yeah, it's really bad.
Like. Now, do you guys know the chest piece? Was that all in one sitting while you're down there, or have you done that a couple of times?
So at the convention last year is when I started it.
Okay.
And I got the outline done. It took about 3 hours, and it was really, really bad. That was really bad. Second session was 4 months later. We did the tiger head. Next session was in, I think, 3 months ago, was more lines on the snake, and then started the snake scales, and then I had to tap out after almost 2 hours. I can't really sit for very long in my torso. I sat here, this was 5.5 hours, I cranked out in one session.
Wow.
This took about 4. Like, I can hang when it comes to arms. As soon as I get my tattoo, as soon as I get my body tattooed, I really cannot sit for very long. It's really bad. After I finish the torso and cap off some arms, I'm immediately going to start on my back.
Okay.
So
now you're eventually trying to be whole body suit?
Yeah, I'll eventually. I probably am not going to do like my throat or hands.
You're not going to do anything like...
I mean, maybe in like 10 years when I don't have anywhere else to go.
Right.
That's like another big thing that I strongly believe is that if you do get your hands tattooed, or your face or your throat, that you need to like kind of work towards it or like earn it in a sense. Yeah. And I'm not one to just be like, oh, I want to show off my tattoo, so I'm gonna get my hand tattooed, or I'm gonna get my throat or something. Like, I want to get my head tattooed really bad, but I'm not going to for a long time.
Now, what would you put up there?
Something that has absolutely no meaning for sure.
All right, cool. At least keeping that, that theme,
Yeah. Some future plans I have. I'm definitely gonna get my traps tattooed, like probably a dagger or something that goes through, pretty normal traditional stuff. I'm like the basic white dude when it comes to tattoos. I want snakes and daggers and skulls, whatever, the stuff that make good tattoos.
Just sort of recap, what kind of advice would you give for people?
Some advice, I had been thinking about this question a lot because there is a lot I want to say to people who are getting tattooed, but there's also a learning curve that you need to experience yourself. Definitely. Because if it weren't for me getting a couple of bad tattoos, then I wouldn't have ever found, good tattoos and understanding how to go about tattoos. This was all learn the hard way type of a way of learning. But
and unfortunately, with tattoos, it's a hard way
to learn.
It's a very
hard way to learn. You will, to be 100% honest, you will not find a tattoo artist that does not have bad tattoos somewhere.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's because they learn the hard way. Yeah. You get a shitty tattoo, and then you're like, oh shit, I need to not do this anymore. You start actually doing research. But so I mean, if I'm gonna actually give a lesson or give some advice, it would be do your research on the artist and be very open-minded when it comes to what you're getting. I know there's gonna be people on here that are like, no, I need this, and it needs to have my brother's initials, and it needs to be this. It's like, look, that stuff's cool, but it's not gonna make for the best tattoo, unfortunately. Also, make sure you tip your tattoo artist. Do not forget to do that. Many people don't know that they have to do that. It's just like any other service, like a server or a bartender. When it comes to getting tattooed, I definitely am not stingy. Like, I've put probably $1,200 into my torso so far, and that's with, you know, tips and whatnot. And even like Jet is one of my friends, you know. I've known him for almost a decade now. So whenever he tattoos me, I'm still tipping him, and it just is also a little sign of like respect and like a thankful type of thing. Like, thank you for, you know, giving me the time of day. It's not me going, oh yeah, you get to tattoo me. Like, that's not how it is. And I feel like that's how people look at it, and that's not how it is. It's all about the artist actually giving you the time of day, because that's their livelihood. They're putting their livelihood on your skin, and that's something people forget. And it needs to be about the artist, and when you make it about the artist, that's when the best tattoos come out.
Definitely. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Did we touch on everything?
I think so. Yeah, future plans. Advice, what you have. You know. Yeah, I think we got everything. Cool. Awesome.
Well, thank you, man.
Well, thank you, dude. Yeah, seriously, thank you, guys. Go check these guys out, man. Oh wait, no, you're Sirens and Sailors. Everyone knows who you are. No, but no, yeah.
Hush. We'll put the Twitter on there or something.
All right.
Thank you.
But seriously, I'm Doug from Sirens and Sailors. This is Life in Color. My name is JT White. We'll see you next time.